All right, we should be live on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How are you all doing today? How's it going? I thought I wasn't going to have time to do a Walking with Purpose stream today, but everything ran so smoothly regarding everything else Don and I had to do today that, yeah, I got some time to take a walk with purpose at the last minute. So here we are. And I'm really glad I'm able to take this walk with you folks today because, like the topic states, it's finally over. Special subscriber thank you stream. And it says open chat, which means this is not a members only chat. It is a subscribers only chat, meaning that as long as you subscribe, you can start chatting right away as long as you're not blocked. Just to make you aware, the same rules do apply. AZ Prod, how you doing, bro? Can you hear me okay? Audio and video good? It's finally over. And I got to tell you, when you've lived life for 50 years like I have, you can tell whenever the momentum is shifting. Absolutely, my friend. Sounds great. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Much love, much appreciation, dude. Seriously, man. I appreciate you being a part of this and sticking around throughout all the dust that I've been through and Don has been through. And, we want to thank you and everyone else that's been supportive through thick and thin. We want to personally thank you all. I'm almost at a loss for words because, like I said a second ago, when you've lived life for half a century like I have, for 50 years, and you're able to understand life better than you did in your teens and 20s, right? And you can feel when the momentum is shifting, right? Well, let me tell you, for the first time in a very long time out here on YouTube, my coaching business, and regarding all aspects of my life, for the very first time in a very long time, after last night or earlier this morning, I feel a huge momentum shifting. I'm not going anywhere, brother. Well, thank you, dude. Neither am I. Neither am I, man. I appreciate it, dude. I really do. I'm glad I'm able to keep you company while you're on these DoorDash and Uber Eats and food delivery shifts. And I hope it's going well for you, dude. I hope that you're making decent money still. And you're paying your bills and everything's all good, man. I'm hearing a lot of different things going on with DoorDash and all food delivery. That young mother back there has two kids, one on a stroller and one on a scooter. And she was telling her younger one to not go out on the road, yet she was going out on the road with the scooter, and I had to go deep into the road to pass her. So if you don't want your other kid to go out on the road, then you don't lead the way by going out on the road with your stroller. Because she's trying to pay attention to her baby and she's not realizing she's veering off into the street. I thought women were supposed to be the best multitaskers. They typically are. A lot of these women nowadays are so overloaded and overwhelmed, right? They just, and they're consumed by their phone, and it is what it is. LOL. Monkey see, monkey do. That's right, dude. Thank you so much to the 19 people that are here. Please smash the thumbs up and share this out. She was probably looking at her phone. Charles Boyd. How you doing, Charles Boyd? You taking advantage of the freebie today? The subscribers only chat where you don't have to be a member. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Or are you just happy that the momentum is shifting? Right? The momentum is certainly shifting. It's finally over. And give me a second here, because there's already Little League practice in February. I mean, that's pretty early. I guess it's like the Little League version of spring training. I don't remember when I was playing Little League starting, the preseason in February. That's even sooner than the majors. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to avoid as many people as possible, but they're just all coming out at once. They're playing baseball. The soccer fields are occupied. I mean, there are lots of people out getting their exercise, which is good. And lots of cars coming, so it's like hard to navigate my path right now. You can see what's happening over here. All right, we're good now. Yeah, so it's finally over. Episode number 654 of Walking with Purpose Live from Red Morton Park. I'm going to try to go do a walk at the trail tomorrow. I think it's supposed to start to rain again tomorrow for a little bit, but I'll have to check the hourly forecast and get another walk in. But, yeah, what do I mean by it's finally over? After 6.5 years of being severely trolled, attacked, online and offline, and having my family attacked, my businesses attacked, my girlfriends in the past and now present attacked, after 6.5 years of dealing with some of the most obsessive, compulsive, mentally and emotionally, let's just say, disturbed people. Undisturbed, unstable, however you want to say it. I can say the Coach Eli drama is finally over. There's nowhere left to go with it for anyone that has been a part of it for the last 6.5 years. And I'll tell you why I feel the momentum has shifted. I'll tell you why it's turning around, or it's turned around and it's over. Again, there's nowhere left to go with it. Last night, well, earlier this morning, was late last night for me, early morning on the East Coast. I was going to only do a half an hour stream on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, regarding what's going on with this frivolous lawsuit where a woman has sued me and basically has been conspiring with a guy that I'll just call Coach J. Most of you that have been around know who he is. She's been conspiring with him to try to knock me off of YouTube. She's been conspiring with him to illegally duplicate my business, also known as business identity theft. And, that pretty much, that man and that woman involved in that situation, they're like the last two people that have been feeding into the Coach Eli drama. And even they are pretty much done with it. Now, they still want to try to take my business from me so that way they can say, we put Eli out of business and we did it. We're the ones you should all be looking at. That's what they want. Well, they're not going to get that. Let's just put it to you that way, right? But last night or earlier this morning, and if you missed this stream, you got to go back and check out the replay. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long, but it will catch you up. It'll catch you up on everything. I spilled everything last night. I put it all out there, everything that I've done over the last month and a half, because I wasn't talking about this case for the last month and a half. I was working on, reporting things, filing things, taking care of protecting my business, right? Preparing for this upcoming court case, and I put it all out there. To the point of where it's like, there's nothing for me to hide. I wasn't hiding anything anyway. Because here's the thing. The more the other side knows of what's coming now, they can make decisions quicker than having to wait. If they want to wait, that's up to them. If they want to make other decisions and realize that there really is nowhere to go with this, they have other options. Let's put it that way, okay? But after that stream last night, probably one of the best streams I've done in a while regarding the situation of my trolls. This was not a regular in-sequence stream with dating content or business content. This was regarding trolling and hating and people going real life on me and attempting to steal my business name. Right? And then trying to feed that information to an audience of Coach Eli haters that I've been hanging on by a thread, hearing the same old boring shit for the last several years where there's been nothing new, right? There's been nothing new about me to talk about, so these people have had to fabricate things, or they've had to, do stupid things like attempt to steal my business name to have something to feed to this audience that they so desperately want for some reason, right? But even their audience doesn't really care about it anymore. The Coach Eli hate audience has depleted. There's hardly anyone left. Yeah, there are a few diehards that will never go away, but it's no longer really sustainable enough for anyone to make content off of me or to rebroadcast me or whatever, right? Now, besides the woman that's suing me and Coach J, the guy she's conspiring with, there's a young kid over there seeing me with the camera and trying to say some funnies. It's all good, man. It's all good. Just got to keep on moving, right? There are a lot of people at the park today, everywhere. So hopefully the next 2 laps, everyone will be settled where they're trying to get to, and it'll be a lot easier to navigate it. That was a tough first half of the first lap of the walk. I'm going to try to do 3 laps today. Thank you to the 27 people here. This is a subscribers only chat. Anyone can chat here as long as you're subscribed. There's no waiting period. You just have to subscribe, then you can chat. As long as you're not blocked. And please respect the rules. No trolling, no hating, no attacking, right? No ad hominem attacks. Okay? Stick to the topic. And you can disagree. As long as you disagree respectfully, no problem. You break the rules, you'll be banned on command. That's it. It's the way it goes. And I'm surprised right now we actually have 29 people here, because I really do think after last night's show on the Coach Eli, Elias, Melas channel, I really do think that even the 2 people involved in the lawsuit over stealing my business name realize that you really have nowhere to go anymore. There's not much more you can do when, you report this fraudulent information to the right government agencies. Right? For example, I've had a federal employer identification number since 2013. And this woman that duplicated my business got a federal employer identification number under the same exact business name, Genuine Networking Association, in 2024, 11 years later. And I reported that to the IRS. She has nowhere to go with this because she herself I didn't see that Jill Biden. Oh, that was probably Coach J. I didn't see what that message was. What did they say, dude? I couldn't see that. How come I didn't see that? It came up held for review? Oh. Anyway. She was probably looking at her phone. Yeah, you're talking about the lady with the baby stroller back there. Okay, yeah, no worries. But anyway, like I said, this woman that's suing me tried to send me a settlement offer, which I was never going to accept. I'm not going to settle a case that I've done nothing wrong. Like it'd be stupid for me to just say, here you go. Here's a couple grand. Here's a couple grand to go away, and also take my business I've been running for the last 13 years or so. Oh yeah. Who knows? Maybe she did that to try to show the judge. Yeah, judge, I did try to settle it. It's in a book tale. It's in a book. Take a look. It's Reading Rainbow. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but let's stick to the topic here, okay? If not, we'll assume that you're trolling. It's been a while since we've opened it up on Coach Eli too. So you're going to get some trolls today. But, yeah, I mean, so the woman sends me a copy of her federal employer identification number that she got in January of 2024. She also sends me a documentation stating that you don't have an FEIN, because if you did, I would not have been able to apply for it because they don't allow duplicates. So she already knows the rules. So she knows there's no way around this. You know, she knows there's really nowhere she can go because I do have that FEIN, and I did report hers to the IRS, like I mentioned on the show last night, and a whole lot more. And if they already haven't removed her FEIN and asked her to change her business name and reapply, at some point they will. And that's a defining moment, because there's really nowhere left to go with this. And these two people that have been coming at me with this whole business, this fraudulent business thing, are the last two people and their group of people that have kept the Coach Eli drama going. Everyone else has pretty much tapped out. Why? Because there's nowhere left to go with it, and it's ridiculous. And I had some moments years ago on YouTube that, fine, I can understand now you folks, reacted to me overreacting. But for the last 3+ years, I've been cool, calm, and collected for the most part. And these people were still coming and trying to instigate things. Why? Because they were trying to leverage what once was a large audience of over 200 Coach Eli haters. Right? And now, again, even the haters are bored with the same old boring shit because there's nothing new. There's nothing to hate. Right? There's nothing to hate. My God, I'm going to tell you, this park, look at this. It is busy as hell today. Like, this whole field is full. There's lots of soccer practice, Little League, preseason on the other side. Like, it is really, really packed here. Give me a second here. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Oh, so are you Coach J? Either Coach J or Mr. Jones. They're botting me again. You're pathetic pieces of garbage, you know that? You are. Coach J or Mr. Jones from Louisiana. It's probably Coach J because he's bored out there trucking and has nothing better to do than to waste money to cure his blues. Waste money botting people. You are pathetic, sir. In all honesty, and again, like you guys mentioned on your show yesterday, making fun of somebody, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not against the law. No, it's not. I will say, sir, you're one of the most pathetic pieces of garbage I've ever met in my entire life. And I say that respectfully. It's kind of weird now, like the numbers are fluctuating here. Richard T., why do these people keep picking on you? It behooves me. Well, Richard, I don't know. They're mentally and emotionally unstable. Just like Coach J, he's mentally and emotionally unstable, and he's a very unhappy man because he's gone through a lot in life. He's been through a bunch of divorces, and I can understand why. Someone that behaves the way he does, like a little kid at age 45 or 44, however old he is, he's in his mid-40s. Someone that behaves like that, he's going to go through divorce. He's going to have issues. But guess what? He's creating those issues for himself. He's a miserable human being. And he tries to pretend like he's happy, right? He pretends like he's got the greatest life, the most amount of money. He's got 1 million homes. He's got all this and that, right? Yet he's miserable as fuck. If you have everything that you're stating you have, then why are you miserable? Well, first of all, people that have all that don't feel the need to mention it. So it's because he doesn't have all that and he wishes he could, right? And he sees other people like myself that are happy and in a better place. He tries to kick us down to his level so that way he can feel better. That's the truth of the matter. A lot of these people over the last 6.5 years, I guess it behooves you to, dude. Now listen. I know you're trolling, and I really don't care. And yes, dude, it does behoove me. All right, it does behoove me, and you already know that, dude. And for all I know, you could be Coach J trolling. Who knows? Or the woman suing me. I wouldn't put it past me. I put nothing past me anymore. You just never know, right? But over the last 6.5 years, based on one community I originally connected with, the MGTOW Men Going Their Own Way community, with a bunch of angry and bitter, mentally and emotionally unstable men. And then I was introduced to this group of women that initially I found out through Brutally Lauren, who we're good friends. We've always been good friends. I like Lauren, but the other women that she introduced me to, not all of them. There are some decent women that I met through that group and I respect, but most of them are extremely mentally and emotionally unstable, right? And it's funny how they would attack me over the years and attack my girlfriends and attack everyone else for the same issues that they're going through. So they're saying, oh, your woman drinks. Oh, blah, 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 this and that, right? When they're drinking more, they're doing drugs. There were women out there for a while that a lot of them, through that group that Lauren introduced me to, they were like, using oxycodone, known as Oxy for short, for pain relief, which that Oxy was made for, pain relief, prescribed to be used for a short amount of time to deal with certain types of pain. But on the black market, Oxy is used, as like a pep-up drug. And, instead of people rehabilitating the right way, through physical therapy and all that, they get more Oxy through the black market. They abuse it, and they get hooked on it. And it really affects, who they are. It really affects them emotionally, mentally, and even physically too, health-wise, right? Wow. Coach J, you're really, really super botting me right now with the 300-something bots. Coach J, I really think you want to be me. I think secretly you wish that you were born into the Melas family, right? Because honestly, I want to think that this is Mr. Jones from Louisiana botting me, but he really hasn't been talking about me lately, and we haven't talked. I think this is Coach J botting me right now, because he's out there all lonely and miserable, driving his truck, right? He's out there driving his truck, but he also just said he invested $500,000 in stocks, but he still drives a truck, right? And he's still away from his wife and in loneliness when he's got all this money. I mean, I cannot sit here. I can't even laugh at the amount of BS this guy's blown up all of our asses over the years. I just cannot, right? Now, there were times where I didn't share a lot of things, like my living situation and other stuff, because I was trying to protect my family, right? But that can be understood, right? But even myself, even all this stuff I was trying to protect, I just came out and put it out there because people were looking into me anyway. So why lie? Why not just be yourself? I mean, if you continue to lie about stuff, people can obviously see right through your BS, and they're going to call you out, right? But yeah, I honestly feel that this dude really wants to be me, or is living vicariously through myself or my life, right? And look, I don't wish any harm upon him, and I don't care about his financial situation, or I don't care about his money, or I'm not wallet watching him, but the only thing that makes sense on why he's still truck driving and he still comes at me and attacks me and stuff is because he's struggling. He is struggling financially. He is struggling to provide for himself and his family. Like, you can't sit there and say, oh, yeah, I've got a 100K YouTube channel, getting a silver play button, I'm making all this monetization, I'm investing $500,000 in investments, yet you're out on the road driving a truck away from your wife, sleeping in lonely truck stops, botting me. I mean, come on, man. I mean, is this what it takes to pass the time? To, get through or work through your misery? If trucking makes you miserable, dude, why don't you do something else that you enjoy? I do this because I enjoy it, right? I do these YouTube videos and run my channels and do the coaching thing because I enjoy what I do, whether I make money or not. Richard T., millions of men struggle to provide. That just makes him a normal guy. I'm not saying it doesn't, Richard T. Everyone struggles, right? I'm in an okay position, but I do want to make more money, and I am working towards that. But I'm not, complaining about it. This guy complains about things every single day. And he's trying to come off like he's Mr. Moneybags and all that, yet his actions show otherwise. There's something wrong with that. And quite frankly, it's none of my business. But what's made it my business and other people's business is he sticks his nose in our business like a woman. Right? This dude sticks his nose in our business and other people's business like a woman because he's desperate for attention. He's lonely out there on the road. And he needs this conflict to occupy and pass the time. It's pathetic, right? But that's all good. But even him, his channel's hidden. He said he no longer wants to, deal with myself and talk about me, so he hid his channel. Okay. Maybe that's partially true, okay? Now, another thing happened last night, because there are a few channels that were still either rebroadcasting me or they're sharing information on rebroadcast through their community tab. One channel that I've been trying to get removed for a while, I almost got it removed. I had 3 copyright strikes on that channel and they didn't take it down, but they were using my image, and I put a copyright on the Google end of things that runs channel icon images. The Coach Eli channel, the Cuck Eli channel, that's been sharing links to the rebroadcasts, all of a sudden put their channel to hidden last night, and it makes me lead to believe that Coach J owns that channel. Either Coach J owns that channel or the woman that's suing me, because it's ironic to me that now all of a sudden everyone is backing off from creating Eli content after last night's show. Huh. I wonder why. Bree, good evening, Eli. It's great to have open chat back. Well, it's for one show, Bree. There's still going to be so there's still going to be members-only chats. It's only $2.99 a month to chat in the members-only chat, and it's only $4.99 per month to have full access to premium content, including the live streams for Dawn and I. But I get it. I understand, and I understand as sad as this may sound, some people can't even afford $4.99 a month. I think everyone can afford it. It's just that people would rather not pay for stuff, right? People will pay for stuff that they value, right? Good afternoon, Eli. How are you doing? Sabrina, doing great. I'll have to become a member. Hey, that's up to you. Yeah, if you want. No worries. I wasn't trying to push you into it, and I don't think you were thinking that. But I'm just saying that, you know, we're really, Don and I are really looking to focus more of our time on people that respect our work and are open to the help and enjoy the content between a combination of learning stuff, having support. We support you folks, and also maybe getting some entertainment at the same time. Because if you just go into self-help and don't make it interesting and fun at times, it gets too serious, and then people won't stick around. So it's a balancing act, right? But thank you for that. Welcome, Bree and Sabrina, says AZ Prod. Joining now. Hey, no worries. It's cool. No big. AZ Prod, I feel like a salesman. I feel guilty now that Bree wants to sign up. I've never been a hard seller. All my life, I've always been a suggestive seller or a consultative seller, right? So nowadays, the way to sell your products is to consult people and share with them what is the value of joining. What are you going to get for this, right? And what you're going to get is a lot more of our attention and a lot more behind the scenes stuff between Don and I. And if you're struggling with something for $5 a month, we're gonna focus more of our time on you, even through emails, and even at times we may even give away some free phone calls to members, right? But thank you for that. I'll become one soon. We've cut back on spending since the holidays. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. I'm just putting it out there. I was just mentioning it because Bree was mentioning that it's nice to have the open chats again. And I was like, well, yeah. And, we went to the members only stuff because we're trying to cut out trolls. And also, Don and I are trying to focus more on people that are serious about our content. And typically when people invest money into something, they're more serious about it, right? I know I am. I know if I'm willing to spend any amount of money, I'm serious about it, right? Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. So, yeah, the CUCK, the Coach Eli channel. I think it's changed ownership many times. I don't know who initially started it. I thought it was a guy named Paul that started it, because he used to have his Cash App attached to it, but I think he stopped doing it. And I think hey Cynthia, how you doing? She says, hi everyone. We don't have 300 people here. They're botting me. We probably have about 40 or 50 people here right now. Yeah, that channel again, probably run by Coach J or the woman suing me, or both of them, because the CUCK Eli channel was promoting their simulcasts of me. And now that channel is hidden all of a sudden, along with Coach J's channel. The woman that's suing me, her channel was removed for impersonating my real GNA channel, the real GNA, right? Even though she likes to say I'm the real GNA. No, I got your videos downloaded to that. We'll bring that to court. We'll bring all those past videos from your terminated YouTube channel to court, ma'am. And I'll clip it out. Listen, I'll clip all these out. I've got my 5-6 minutes. I'll clip out 3 minutes of stuff that'll blow the judge's mind away. I'm a phenomenal editor. I hate editing. I don't enjoy editing, but I'm good at it. Like, maybe not enjoying it is not the right thing. It's very time consuming and tedious. but I can edit things. AZ Prod, were you able to hear that before I deleted it from my community wall? Were any of you able to hear that clip of Coach J threatening me? Did you hear? Who heard that audio before I deleted it? So it's funny to me. No one. Now, I have not checked Rumble, and I don't care to. I'm not going to. So if Coach J and the woman suing me have talked about this, yes, I listened to it. What were your thoughts about it? And AZ Prod says, good to see people in the chat tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being here. What'd you think about it? That was a statement made by a very, very disturbed, emotionally disturbed man. A very emotionally and I'm very emotionally disturbed and very miserable man. Oh, you're agreeing with that? Oh, he was triggered, huh? Oh, he's more triggered now because there's nowhere for them to go. And I don't care what they say. I don't care how many threats they make. I don't care how many more times they serve me or serve other people or whatever. Or I don't care what they do because there's nowhere to go. Right? There's nowhere left to go if you can't have a valid federal employer identification number. You cannot attach your business to any business account, right? And, if they try to file taxes under an invalid FEIN, Federal Employer Identification Number, the IRS will reject that. And if they don't file taxes, then that's called tax evasion, right? So, hey, he can be triggered. They can be triggered all they want. They put themselves in this mess in the first place, and they both know they're wrong. Absolutely, they both know they're wrong, right? But here's the thing. I am not going to go to Rumble and look at any more of their content. I'm done. There's nothing more for me there. I got what I wanted. I wanted to see where they were at, and I wanted to tell them where I'm at. Now that's been done, right? It's been all said and done, right? So they maybe they put out a stream, maybe they talked about it to their 5 or 10 people, right, or whatever, right? But here's the thing, on YouTube, no one's talking about it. No one is talking about, none of the people that used to attack me and troll me. And let me tell you, there are people that are secretly in other people's discords, and there's very little being said about me regarding this. And I think that people have been asked to stay quiet because the people, especially the woman that sued me, knows that right now, based on things that happened that I talked about yesterday, it has weakened her case. You are the only one who is triggered. You have no idea what's really going on behind the scenes. Well, Coach J, have a nice day. Right? And I could care less what's going on behind the scenes, Coach J. Maybe you're jerking yourself off behind the scenes. Okay? Because you're away from home, sir. Because your money bags, you got all this money to invest, $500,000, and you own this big house, and you got all these cars and everything, yet you still have to go out there and be a slave truck driver. Now, I'm not trying to be demeaning to your job, sir, but here's the thing, dude. You talk a big game, but your actions are not congruent with your words, sir. Your actions are not congruent with your words, right? You try to come at me and you try to discredit me for being a life coach. Sir, you don't have the mental stability to even be someone's friend, let alone be a life coach. How does... Oh, boy. I'm not going to read that. You can say what you want in the chat. I'm not going to read that. You have your own thoughts, AZ Prod. It's all good. It's okay. All the dogs love me. Yeah, Coach J, I don't really care what's going on behind the scenes, or ma'am, if that's you, that could be you. Instead of Mr. T, let's call her Mrs. T, right? I pity the fool, right? I don't care what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, I don't care what you're plotting to do next. Because whatever you're plotting to do, sir, you know, at the end of the day, the good Lord will take care of you, sir. And the good Lord will take care of me and protect me from that BS. I mean, you want to come here and run your mouth like you always have and say, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Oh, I know everything, sir. I just keep my mouth shut now. You, sir, have no control over your mouth. I have more respect, sir, for every single woman on the planet than I do for you, sir. Every single other woman on the planet has better control of their mouth than you do, sir. You can't even contain your mouth. Your mouth is your biggest enemy, sir. Your mouth is practically what's killing the case for your fraudulent business partner, right? And see, sir, here's the thing. You guys may have triggered me in the past, many of you, but I learned how to play this game, and I learned how to flip it and play it better on you. And I can tell you right now, sir, you are super effing triggered, sir. No doubt about it. You're sitting there alone, lonely, and miserable at one of your truck stops without your wife, who's at home. And for your sake, sir, I do hope that she's doing good things while she's at home without you, sir. I don't wish any harm upon that, right? No ill intentions, right? No ill thoughts, right? Right? But you're sitting there, sir, lonely and miserable at some truck stop, sleeping or trying to sleep so you can get a load the next day, right? While I'm sitting here taking a walk with purpose, living my dream and working my dream job because, you know, I worked hard in my mid to late 30s through my early to mid 40s. I did well in insurance. I reinvested my money. I put myself in a position to where I can do this. I have a great girlfriend at home. Yeah, she's got some medical issues, but let me tell you something. She's a good woman, and I love her, and I spend time with her every night, and I never, ever am away from her. I love her, right? I don't have to go out there on the road and drive trucks and be away from my family. I'm with my woman every night. Now, it may sound petty of me to rub this in your face, right? But I'm doing it, sir, because I want you to realize how you're coming off when you do this constantly, all day, every day. Right? I really hope one day you're able to work through your demons, sir. I really hope one day you're able to contain those anger monkeys, right? Because all the things that you guys accused me of, and you guys even made fraudulent, wellness check calls on myself and my girlfriend Dawn, the truth of the matter is, sir, you're more of a threat in that aspect than I ever have been. One day, sir, you're going to flip the fuck out. And if I was your wife, I would be on edge because, in my opinion, you're a ticking time bomb just waiting to happen. That's great, man. So, him or the other woman come back in on a sock account called Degenerate Scumbag. Well, I mean, look, I tried listen, I don't want to call you folks that, right? I put a lot of videos to private because I don't want that negativity here. But if you're going to come out here and create a sock account that states degenerate scumbag, then you're speaking for yourself. I was just thinking the same thing. He sounds like a dangerous person. Well, he's dangerous because he's a very insecure and emotionally miserable person. He is unhappy, and he's trying to mask his unhappiness, through his wife and through, trying to state that he's got a channel with 100K subs, that he's got a silver play button coming, that he can't show the name of the channel, that he has this big house. He invested $500,000 recently. Okay? I mean, this guy has said he's a nurse in the past, which I don't believe. I've never heard one guy fabricate so much shit. Right? And my thing is, I don't understand how his wife, doesn't call him out on that. His wife is actually a pretty competent and decent woman. And she just puts up with it. Maybe she knows the truth and it's an act on both their parts. But if it's not an act and she just turns the cheek, then that says a lot about what she's willing to put up with just to have someone. That's sad. That's more sad than anything, right? Sabrina gets it. An incel. Oh, yeah. Well, he's getting sex because he's married. But just because he has someone doesn't mean he's a good person. It doesn't mean he's a stable person. It just means someone is willing to tolerate his BS. Right? And look, in my opinion, for any woman to be with a man like that, it says a lot about how she sees herself. Any woman that's willing to sacrifice, to be with a man like that is probably worse off internally than he is. He's probably manic. Yeah, he's probably a manic depressant. I'm not a shrink. I'm not a psychologist or a doctor. But if I had to guess, stating my opinion, Sabrina Garza, you're probably right. He's a very depressed man. He's a very insecure man. And he's a very emotionally unstable man. He's a very emotionally disturbed man. And I think, honestly, he also is bipolar, because there are times where he can be really nice and then he gets really triggered. I think he's bipolar. That's just my thought, my opinion. Can you imagine Sabrina? Yikes. I'm surprised he has a wife. Well, his wife used to be the girlfriend of a YouTuber he was envious of named JB Gunner. Right? And after, his wife broke up with JB Gunner, that's his wife Anna, right? She's on YouTube. She's a public figure. Okay? He reached out to her and, got together with her. Right? But this guy was always envious of JB Gunner, and I think he looks at me in the same way, which, look, both JB and I, it's like we just want to do our own thing. Now, I had my run-in with JB Gunner years ago, but he's moved on. I've moved on. It's all good. I have no problems with JB Gunner. It is what it is, right? But this guy, here we are, 5 years later, and he's still pulling the same stuff, and I think it's about to finally come to an end. I think he realizes that this is his demise. It's over. It's finally over, like my stream is titled, right? There's nowhere left for him to go. There's nothing left to say or do, right? He went for the jugular this time, trying to help the woman that's suing me steal my business. They went for the jugular, right? They're like, this is it. This is the biggest thing we can do to try to harm Eli. This is the biggest trolling thing we could ever do. And if this fails, nothing else will be ever bigger than this. You're right. So it's time now to move on because there's nowhere left to go. There's nowhere left to go. And here, another thing. One more lap. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm going to go one more lap, folks. Smash the thumbs up. We have 9 thumbs up. 9 thumbs up. And 6,000 people in the box right now. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I was going to say bipolar. Yeah. 1 in the chat. Thank you, Sabrina Garza. And thank you, AZ Prod. Yeah, so no one is talking about this. Here's the thing. I put out the biggest stream probably of the year regarding, and I'm not trying to do drama, but these people are drama, right? And I'm just trying to basically make my audience aware and let them know where I'm at with this case, right? I put it all out there last night on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, links below in the description. You go and watch that hour and 45-minute long stream in high quality HD, 1080p, 60 frames per second with the Shure SM7B. It's good audio sound. You'll hear everything. I put it all out there, right? I put it all out there so the woman suing me and Coach J, who's her partner in crime, and I'm not even saying that as a figure of speech. He's her partner in crime, literally. You know how they say partner in crime figuratively? In this case, Coach J, you are literally her partner in crime. Or she's your partner in crime because you're the one that put her up to this initially, sir. However you want to put it, right? But there's nowhere left to go. No one is talking about this. This is the biggest, that was the biggest stream with a ton of information that normally, if things were normal with all these people, they would be talking about it. Now, there could be a possibility of some of them doing this underground, unlisted. But what I really think is going on is people know that this is a real legal case, and I think most people know that what this woman and this man are doing is wrong. And no matter how much the other people may not like me, they know what Coach J and this woman are doing is against the law and it's wrong. So people are staying out of it. Like, I literally went scouring. I was searching for a half an hour trying to find anyone talking about me or this last night. Not because I wanted to find something, not because of my ego, because I wanted to see what effect did that stream have and where are people. And I think people are done. They are done with this. There's nowhere left to go. And that's why I wanted to come out here tonight. I want to take the final lap. I'll still talk about some other things, but I want to really want to thank all of the people that have supported Don and I through thick and thin. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. I really want to thank all the people out there that have supported Don and I through thick and thin. Now, there's still a little work to do to prepare for this case, but for the most part, I got all my ducks in a row, right? But I'll tell you, finally, I feel like I can just sit down and relax after all the time and effort I had to put into preparing for this case while dealing with many other things at the same time. I've got my own bills to pay. I'm helping Dawn with her stuff because of her injury right now and everything else she's going through medically. I'm taking Dawn to lots of doctor's appointments. I'm helping my family. And I'm still trying to find time to do these walks and do some in-studio streams, right? Let alone the pre-recorded content and YouTube shorts I've wanted to create, which I haven't been able to do any because, editing takes longer and I barely have time to even do a live stream, which is easier, right? But I feel for the very first time in a very long time that I can finally fucking exhale. And it took a lot to get to this point. And I'm not trying to come off selfish or anything like that, but I'm pretty fucking proud of myself. And you folks should be proud of yourselves too. There's no shame in having self-pride, as long as you do it in a humble way, right? And I'm proud of myself and humble at the same time. But Don and I couldn't have done it, couldn't have gotten to this point without the real supporters here. And look, the truth of the matter is, we do have some good supporters. There aren't a whole lot of supporters. We may have, to be honest, we have probably 15 to 20 consistent, decent supporters. And that's an okay amount, and we respect and we love you all. But there's not a whole lot of supporters. But to those 15 or 20 people, Don and I want you to know that you have made the biggest difference. And what you've done is inspired us and motivated us to not let this stupid shit bother us and to keep pushing forward, because we appreciate the fact that you enjoy our content and you enjoy who we are as people, Don and I. AZ Prot says, I'm proud of you as well, brother. Well, I thank you, dude. That means a lot coming from another guy. It really does. It means a lot from anyone, even women. But when another brother says that, you don't hear brothers, meaning you don't hear other guys tell their guy friends that they're proud of them anymore, right? These younger men growing up and stuff, it's like they're not taught, family values or morals, values, and ethics in general. Like these people nowadays have no morality, right? Right? They have no morals, no values, and no ethics, right? And that's what saddens me more than anything, right? Is the lack of morality in this world, right? It's sad. It's really sad. Now, I wanted to mention to you folks that I talked with Dawn before I came out to do the show here at Red Morton Park earlier today. And tomorrow evening at some point, and we're going to try to do it early. We're going to probably try to do it around 7 or 8 o'clock. It's probably not going to be until 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We're going to do a Valentine's Day show on the couch with Dawn and Eli. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And it's going to be a freebie. And actually, Dawn suggested that we do it as a freebie. She actually suggested to me that we do some free shows. That way we can build more members and do a hybrid of both, right? So tomorrow's show, right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, the Valentine's Day special, on the couch with Dawn and Eli, Valentine's Day special, will be a subscribers only chat like this one. As long as you're subscribed, you can immediately chat with no waiting period. As long as you're not blocked and as long as you follow our rules. No trolling, no hating, no attacking. Pretty simple, right? You can disagree, just disagree respectfully. No attacking, no trolling, no hating. That's it. More than likely, it'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We would have wanted to do it sooner, but Dawn does have some appointments tomorrow. And depending on when they end, we might be able to start it sooner. But right now, tentatively, we're putting the time for the Valentine's Day special with Dawn and I tomorrow on Valentine's Day at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and we will be discussing some great topics. I'm probably going to ask Dawn to share her thoughts about my last 2 streams, regarding the case. And see, Dawn and I, now we want to talk. Now we want to, we don't want to have to hold back anymore. It's not like we wanted to hold back, but for the last month and a half, we had to just ignore all this stuff because I had a lot of clerical work to do regarding the case, and Dawn's had a lot of appointments to do, and we just didn't have the time, energy, or desire to talk about things, right? Plus, also, like I was saying, you got to sit back sometimes and let people show you their cards, right? And if they show you their cards first, then you have a better idea of how to play your cards, right? Sometimes in life you have to sit back and watch and do nothing before you do something, right? Okay? A lot of times people want to jump and make a move like right away, and you don't have to. In some cases, yeah, you can make a move right away. In most cases, sitting back and watching other people make their move first gives you an advantage because you see their move, and now you know how to make your move, or if you should even make a move at all, right? Life is like a game of chess. It's like a game of chess. You gotta do the best you can to make the right move every step. Does that mean you're always gonna win? No, if you've played chess, there's no one that's won 100% of their chess matches, right? But if you treat life like a game of chess, you're going to be thinking before you make those moves, right? And you're going to base making your next move on the previous move of your opponent, right? That's some of the best advice I can give you, folks. Let people show you their cards first. And out here on YouTube, that's hard to do because a lot of these drama groups, they try to instigate a reaction from you. They try to get to you emotionally, so it clouds your better judgment, and then you flip out. You flip the fuck out like I did years ago, and they make endless content on you for years. And then it takes years to recover from that. I will never, ever, ever, ever allow myself to go through what I went through years ago on YouTube, to make a few honest mistakes because I allowed people to trigger me, and I allowed them to get to me so bad that I lost my emotional shit, right? And that set me back for years. Even up until this past year, right? But I kept on persevering and pushing forward, and I'm still here. Where are the rest of them? Where are you, Coach Jay? Where are you? You're gone because there's nothing left for you, right? And many of the other people that came at me, they've been removed from YouTube for violating the terms of service. They've had their channel shut down multiple times. They've been removed from the YouTube Partner Program. All these people, over the last 6.5 years, I kept telling them, you mess with the bull, you will get the horns. And karma has no deadline. So Coach J, I guess karma has no deadline, right? And you mess with the bull, you will get the horns. Now that's a figure of speech, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. All these people used to make fun of my phrases. Karma has no deadline, Eli. Karma has no deadline. You mess with the bull, you will get the horns. Right? They all rebroadcasted me for years. They all made lots of money off my content. And I kept telling them, one day karma's going to get you. And look at what's happened 6.5 years later. None of them are around. If you search Coach Eli on the YouTube search bar, on your YouTube app, on your smartphone, or on your laptop or desktop browser, if you search Coach Eli or Coach Eli 2, you'll find older videos, but not as many. And the majority of the harassing videos, YouTube's removed them, or they've squashed them, they've silenced them because they've been age restricted, right? It is amazing what happens if you stick to it. If you believe in yourself and you stick to it and you fight through all the bullshit, even 6.5 years later, you will prevail. And I'm sharing this moment with you folks here today, not to show off, but to inspire you to keep moving forward if you're in a current similar situation I was in. Right? I not only had to deal with trolls and haters, my family loves me, but they would prefer I didn't do the YouTube thing. Right? And a lot of people, a lot of family members and friends will tell other YouTubers, that they know that you shouldn't do this, right? But even then, I believe in myself. And no matter what my family says, my brother, my mother, my aunt, right? No matter what even Dawn says at times, right? I believe in myself. I'm not going to give up my purpose for anyone or anything. I'm not going to let the trolls run me out of my purpose. I'm not going to let anyone get in the way of doing what I enjoy more than anything. For myself, at least. Now, I enjoy spending time with Dawn the most and my family, and I love being around people. But if I'm going to be selfish for a second, what I enjoy doing the most is what I'm fucking doing right now. I enjoy doing this far beyond the money. Far beyond the money. Because if I was only doing it for the money, I've made nowhere nearly enough to sustain, doing this just for the money. I do this because I love it. I love doing it. I enjoy doing it. This is who I am. Final lap, folks. Start getting your final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air probably in about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm a little tired. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. And that's because I took a nap earlier on, and I got up around midnight, and then I had to do some other things for Dawn and I, and then I did that show on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, for 1 hour and 45 minutes. It lasted much longer than the 30 minutes I thought it would initially last, right? Give me a second here. By the time they finish remodeling Redmore, look at how big and beautiful that tree is. That is a big-ass tree. That is a gigantic tree. Look at that. Look at how big this tree is, right? Now, that trunk is huge. But imagine if that tree were to fall and hit that building, It's done. This is a massive freaking tree. Look at this tree trunk. I mean, I don't even think the video is doing it justice. But by the time they're done, they're going to probably replace this building over here too. They're going to replace all the buildings. They're probably going to redo the fencing, and they're probably going to redo all these lights and make them LED lights. Now, either that or these have probably already been replaced with LEDs. Because these are big spotlights, so they're probably using LED spotlights. So these may not get replaced, but the lighting here is phenomenal. Like, you can see that. Like, it's nighttime and you can see clearly. And then, do you folks have these in your areas? littlefreelibrary.org. Take a book, share a book. They had different charters. A non-profit organization. This is, I believe, a United States non-profit organization, which is, like I've been stating for a little while now, you know, once this whole thing gets resolved with this case, the real Genuine Networking Association that I've owned since 2011 is gonna be split up into a for-profit aspect and a non-profit aspect. The for-profit aspect will be more of the coaching stuff here, and stuff like that, and then the non-profit aspect is going to be, you know, helping both men and women, helping anyone that, you know, needs support regarding bullying and harassment, and, you know, other aspects that we can help you with where there are limited resources otherwise. One of the things I mentioned before, I'll say it again, one of the things that has a limited resource is bullying and harassment, also known as cyberbullying and harassment. Okay, they're even starting to call cyberbullying bullying now. But the truth of the matter is, there is a difference between bullying and cyberbullying. Bullying is the in-person version of bullying someone, right? Like in a classroom or something like that, right? Cyberbullying is what people have done to me and others, right? Online, right? That's called cyberbullying and harassment. And cyberbullying and harassment is overseen by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The FBI is in charge. The FBI is in charge of bullying and harassment, right? But the FBI doesn't have the resources to help every single person that's being bullied and made fun of on YouTube. So what I want to do is create a nonprofit. I've been talking about this for years, and it's going to happen within the next few years. I want to create a nonprofit organization where we can help people that are struggling with bullying and harassment, and we can give them the resources of action they can take. Because the FBI, until someone's like dead or has been badly beaten, they're not going to do anything, right? So, and what does YouTube tell you to do? They tell you to do the right thing. They say, hey, you know, just ignore it, do the best you can to ignore it and move forward, right? But everyone's different. Everyone processes their emotions differently, right? And some people have gone through more trauma during their childhood, and as they've gotten older, that any additional trauma could set them over the edge, right? So we really need an organization that can help people work through this, knowing that they have support from other people like myself and Don that have already been through bullying and harassment both online and offline. right? So there'll be a nonprofit aspect and a for-profit aspect. There's already a for-profit aspect, but we're going to separate the nonprofit from it. Reading Rainbow. Did you ever think of creating a trolling tier to the membership you offer for $39.95, all the trolling in a month? You know, I'll give you credit. It's not a bad idea, but it's not for me because I'm all about positivity. And the bottom line is, even if people are paying me $100 a month or $1,000 a month to be able to troll in the chat, right? What would that say about my character? What that would say about my character is that I'm selling out. I'm selling out on something I don't believe in just to make money, right? And for me, I take that very seriously. Almost everyone on the planet would sell out for money, not me. When it comes to my morals, values, and ethics and what I believe in, if I can't be true, give me a second here. Sorry, there are some people coming. If I can't be true to myself, then how can I be true to other people? Yeah, I get what you're saying. I know you're throwing something out there, right? And I know there are people that probably would pay to be able to troll, but that would distract what we're trying to create here. Like, look, if people want to troll, they can go to other channels that are entertainment, drama, shit show channels, and they can do all of that there. I mean, I still think it's stupid and a waste of time, but there's a time and a place for everything, and this is just not that place. I hope that answers your question. You would be seeing dollar signs. I understand that, dude. I understand that. What I'm telling you is that I'm not a sellout, dude. And maybe that's dumb on my part, dude. Maybe it's dumb that I don't sell out to trolls and make some money. I'd rather make less money now and invest in a positive future that'll make me more money in the long run. I'm very patient, dude. And I don't feel the need to sell out to make money off of trolls and haters. That just, I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't live with myself doing that. You understand what I'm saying? This is a part of my moral compass. This is who I am. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm a fake, I'm a phony, I'm a fraud." They say I'm a bad person. They say that I attack the disabled. They say that, "Oh, I'm an abusive person to my girlfriend." No, I'm quite the opposite. And most importantly, I'm not a fucking sellout. And I know you weren't questioning that. That's cool. I'm just saying I'm not a fucking sellout, and I will never be a sellout. And the people, even on the other side, there are some people on the other side that I once was closer friends with. And who knows, maybe one day we could be friends again with some of the people that I used to be friends with on the other side, on the drama side. But even they know my moral compass. Even they know I'm one that will not sell out regarding something I don't believe in just to make money. I'm going to wrap this up in a second, folks. I'm kind of tired and hungry. And I got to go home and take a little nap or something. First on that, we'll eat dinner, then probably take a nap. Or maybe her and I will just go to bed early. No show on the main channel tonight. And probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably do a walk. During the early afternoon, and then in the early evening, Dawn and I will do the Valentine's Day stream right here on Coach Eli too. All right, we are leaving. Probably, I'm assuming we have 40 or 50 people here. I mean, Coach Jay wanted to bought us pretty good today. It's all good, dude. I hope that we make you feel better. I hope this is keeping you company, and you know, that's that. I have nothing more to say. It is what it is. With that being said, folks, see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.